All right, we made it.
We did it! We are officially here at the WNYC Green Space, and we are such big fans of WNYC. It is home to some of our very favorite podcasts like Death, Sex, and Money, Late Night Whenever,
Yes.
Nancy, Invisibilia, Fresh Air, and so many more. And now we are here for the podcast Mixtape. Give it up!
Yeah. Huge fan of Late Night Whenever.
Yes, we love Michelle Buteau. So, babe, did you make mixtapes when you were a wee child?
When I was really little, back when we were making tapes.
Back in my day, when you didn't have CD burners and you just had regular old tapes, were you a mixtape person?
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody had to make a mixtape, right?
Yeah, but there was something very special about making a mixtape because it took all this time. You had to handcraft it, and you had to come up with a name for your mixtape. If you were going to make a mixtape for me, what would you call it?
Oh, okay, I get it. I don't know. Are you making me a mixtape? Because these tapes are expensive. I'm a kid. I don't have a lot of money.
Yes, I will make you a mixtape, but you have to make me one first.
Okay. I would probably call it.
Little House on the Prairie Chic?
No. Although, yes.
Because I'm kind of looking like I would churn some butter, right?
Yes. You look like a goth churning butter right now.
Yes.
I think I call it side eye.
Oh, I love
because
it.
Because I know you most from that angle.
Oh, yes, I love that. If I was going to make you a mixtape, I would call it Hatin' Ass Hater in the Dusty Podcasting Jacket.
This is why you wanted me to make you a mixtape first. I get it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Franchesca.
I'm Patrick.
And this is Last Name Basis from WNYC's Green Space.
Here it is.
And go. Why we keep it 100 tie optional? With a lesson from my dad's to acting on the screens. You know who it is, man, it's Jessica Lee. He's a lawyer, she's an activist. And you're tuning into them live. This is Last Name Basis.
You ready? Yeah.
God, I love that theme song. So we do a segment called Goings On About Brooklyn, which is a play on goings on about town, and it's things that happen to us in our little corner of Brooklyn, New York. And this happened to me the other day, and it's
Yeah, we need to play the theme song.
We'll play the theme song because you need to hear this.
Brooklyn, what the hell is going on in Brooklyn?
Okay, so what happened to you most recently in Brooklyn?
So I was on the train. I was actually on the Q train, and it was stopped for a long period of time. And there was this guy that was going, all the doors are open. We're at the station. And this guy who is dressed, it's still warm. 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, not jacket weather. I was in a shorts, t-shirt. I mean, comfortable.
To be fair, as a white, you are often in shorts and a t-shirt when it's cold. I just feel like that's important to put out there because you're adding this context as if that adds to the story, but you've been known to go out in some flip-flops and some shorts when it is cold. You have seen them. I'm sorry, I just I'm helping.
Yes, as a white person, I will brave any temperature in cargo shorts specifically.
Those are the
and
shorts
reef
of your
sandals.
Those are the shorts of your people.
Right, exactly. So this guy gets on, he's covered in a long sleeve jacket, he's wearing gloves. He has every part of his body covered, and he has a scarf over most of his face and a hat, as well as dark sunglasses, so you can't see anything but a little bit of hair coming out of the top of his hat. And he takes these extremely measured steps through the entire car, doesn't look side to side, doesn't look at anybody, isn't looking for a seat, gets off on the other end of the car, walks to the next car, gets back on, and keeps going, and does this apparently through the entire train.
And how were you feeling?
I was terrified. I mean, that is really, really frightening. I mean,
wait, so you were scared that this was?
I was a little scared. Who does that? What was his purpose? What was he there for?
Okay, here's what I don't understand. As someone who is a horror film enthusiast, I am so surprised that I feel like that would be something you would be very excited about. You have forced me to watch so many terrifying films, and then you see a real life scary person, and you are scared.
Yeah, no, this guy looked like he was gonna do something. He looked like he was staking out the train, like he was gonna rob it or something.
But baby, you don't have any money.
That's why I was frightened for other people.
Okay.
How about that?
You were frightened on
There was
other
somebody on
people's
that train with some cash.
on other
and it
people's
wasn't me.
behalf. Yeah, but you are somebody who loves, like just the other day you even told me that you have a new formula for nightmares.
I do. Okay, all right.
Patrick wants to induce nightmares.
I do. I have nightmares pretty regularly, and I enjoy them. They're fantastic. It's actually the best part of my night, is the nightmares.
That makes me sound really exciting.
I have a formula for this.
Okay,
and I'll
what
tell
is
you
it?
what it is. First, you have to watch something scary. Then you have to read something scary and fall asleep as you're reading it. But before you go to bed, you have to take, and this is key, 1 3-gram melatonin pill and 1, I think it's 10 milligram CBD gummy.
Yeah, this is terrifying because you might not wake up from that. I am worried.
See, no, it's safe. It's safe. I've tried it many times. Trust me on this. It's totally safe. But I have never had such realistic nightmares as on this little cocktail of love.
Oh, wow, that's what we're calling it now. Okay, if you try that at home, try it with your own, at your own risk, for sure.
Please, I get you to watch these horror movies with me. You make fun of me for watching all of these bad horror movies. And then when we watch a good one, suddenly you get quiet.
Yeah, so I always make fun of Patrick because he always wants to watch the worst horror movies, but most recently he made me watch Hereditary. Has anyone seen this film? This is one of the scariest films I have ever seen. I was so shook. It's a thriller, but it's very like psychological. There's witches, there's devils and incantations, and it was really, really terrible. And I was angry. I was physically upset that Patrick made me watch this film.
No, it was wonderful because she loves to give me a hard time about the crappy horror movies I watch consistently. And to be fair, they really only make crappy horror movies with the single exceptions that come out maybe once a year, once every 2 years. So they have to be bad if you want a horror movie. Anyway, you love giving me a hard time. And then when I sit you down in front of a good one and you wanted to watch this one, and then she's looking at me like I'm a psychopath.
Yeah, because not only did he already see the film, every single time something like really scary would happen, he was like, oh yeah, pay attention to this part. Like not letting me look at my phone, not letting me go to the bathroom, pausing it. And I'm like, no, it's okay, you can keep watching it. He's like, no, you need to see this like horrible thing happen, just so he could rub in my face how scary it was.
And you didn't sleep that night.
No, it was terrible.
I should have slipped you a melatonin and a CBD gummy. You could have joined me.
Yeah, that is not
in the depths of my nightmares.
Yeah, no, that's not something that I'm interested in. The other goings on about Brooklyn that we have to plug is we most recently got some press in the New York Post. They did a segment called Pod Save Our Marriage. I think we are the first married couple to have positive news in the New York Post about us. Neither of us was murdered. Neither of us was cheating on each other. It was just about our podcast.
And it was really, really positive. They called us the coolest couple in the room.
Yes, the coolest couple in the room. When we are at home and it's just us, we split up so that we are the coolest couple in each room. And we are very proud of it, so make sure you go check out the one smooth paragraph about us in the New York Post. While all the other podcasts had more paragraphs, we had one, but it was a very nice podcast.
It was a good one.
A very nice one. Let's move on to a corner that everyone loves. Let's get lyrical. This is a corner where Patrick reads the lyrics to a popular song, usually a rap song of the rap variety. This is one that was actually submitted to us by one of our listeners by the name of Beautiful One on Instagram. And she wanted Patrick to read the song lyrics to Little Duval's Smile Bitch. And before we jump in, do you want to explain how this segment goes? Because
So part of reading rap lyrics is, as a white man, is navigating the N-word. So what I do is I say my own name instead of the actual word.
And that is something you guys can do at home as well. If you maybe are going to karaoke or you're in the car and like the spirit is moving you, just say your own name. Or you can say Patrick.
There are people out there that actually use my name now because of this.
Yes, it's not a slur, but it does. So you're not gonna feel empowered or like you're doing something naughty, but you will be respectful. So Just feel free to throw your own name or Patrick's name in there. So without further ado, here is a few lyrics from Little Duval's Smile, Bitch.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you, Patricks. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you, Patricks. Ain't going back and forth with you, Patricks. You gotta be smiling for, smile, bitch, smile, bitch. What the fuck you be whiling for, smile, bitch, smile, bitch. Get my grin on, I'm smiling, bitch. Cause I always get my win on, smile, bitch.
This is very aspirational. I love this. I feel like I have definitely walked down the streets of Brooklyn and heard someone say to me,
I know.
Smile, bitch.
That's what's
It's like taking me back to our neighborhood.
I go on Twitter and it's constantly people going like, do not tell somebody to smile. That is not your place. Don't do it. And I'm like, yeah, that makes great sense to me.
And I like that Duval is like, I'm not going back and forth with you. Smile. Like, I'm not going to tell you more than once. But then he does. He says, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Just kidding. I will. Smile, bitch.
He really doubles, triples, and quadruples down on this.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like this is something that we could all use in our daily lives, is a little bit of smile, bitch. This is, you know what? I actually recently heard that this was the most recently #1 wedding song. Lots of women, after they had their first dance, they just want smile, bitch. Like, that's how they want to feel about their special
event. They get everybody
event.
chanting it, too. It's all just smile, bitch, smile, bitch, smile, bitch. And that's when they realize they made a terrible mistake. All right, we ready for some Animal Corner?
Yes, let's play the theme song.
Animal Corner! Animal Corner!
You gotta love our homespun theme songs.
Oh yeah,
we literally make these at home,
sound
like
so
just
great.
with a ukulele and Fran's
We are
lovely
absolutely
voice.
the coolest couple in the room while we are recording our very high production value corner songs. So we've got some bad news for dog lovers. Turns out that your dog is probably dumber than you think. According to a new research study in the Journal of Learning and Behavior, dogs do have a lot of unique cognitive abilities, but they are not actually smarter than most animals that have these abilities. This is just something that we project onto them. Things like drawing information from their senses, problem solving, and social intelligence. Those are actually things that lots of animals have. We just feel like dogs are better at it because we like them.
Because we like them. And they pick up on our intricacies and what we want from them. And because they play along, we think that is a mark of intelligence.
And they're easy to study. They're at our home, they're domesticated. And it actually turns out that there are other animals that we probably should be giving more credit to, including pigs and goats. Lucky for us, we do have a very fat dog, which is kind of like having a pig.
He could be a pig.
Well, here's the thing, though. What does it mean if you already know your dog isn't smart? Because our dog is just
This doesn't
not
bode well
smart.
for us. We don't actually have a smart dog. We have a dog that can't find his way out of the hamper.
Yes. So now this confirms that he's even dumber than we think he is.
So
we're giving him way more credit than we should.
That's not good. So basically, he's like a pet rock, and
Yes.
we treated him like maybe a pet hamster,
Yes. But I mean,
like a plant. We
But
treated
it's-
him like a plant, but he was really a rock.
and you treat those plants very well.
Yes, you know I do.
Yes, we also have another dog who is very, very smart. Like, she does our taxes every year. And also, if you ever listen to that or watch that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you know how they have like a phone a friend? 75% of the people phoned our other dog. She's very smart. She has little glasses. And now I'm really worried about our taxes being fucked up.
Yeah, no, well, it also makes sense, too, because when she answered those phone calls, I mean, like this says, we think they're smarter because they're so in tune to what we want and they're so interested in us that they appear to be more intelligent than they are. It makes sense that when they phoned a friend and it was Kaya, her answer was always, "You love me, right? You love me, don't you?
She's definitely very, very...
Tell me you love me."
She's very needy. So if you have been giving your dogs any extra responsibilities around the house. We are here to tell you that you might have made a grave mistake because it turns out they are not actually as bright as you want them to be. And this study actually says it's unfair to place all of these high expectations on them because they actually can't handle it.
That's why they start acting out.
Yes.
To be fair, though, I have to point this out. Regardless of how dumb our dog actually is, and this is the dumb one, he is more popular than I am on Instagram. So I don't know what that says about me, but
that says that you have a wife that has way too much free time on her hands.
There you
because
go.
she manages
That's probably it.
Our dog's Instagram account.
Okay, we have another corner. We have this, and this is a fairly popular corner. I'm not sure that it qualifies, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is the science corner.
Science corner.
Oh, and don't we have an extra science corner intro?
Oh, I don't know if they can handle
I
the...
feel like for a live show we kind of need to play the special science corner intro.
Okay, but prepare yourselves. If I can find it.
Science corner.
So worth the wait.
So Panasonic, the company, has come up with something that are essentially human blinders. They wrap around your head and block 60% of your vision to help you stay focused at work.
Yes, these were created to help people that work in open floor plans because it seems a lot of people are having a hard time focusing on their computer when they work in a space without any partitions. And so Panasonic thought, here are some giant headphones that will block your vision and keep you focused on Facebook.
Yeah, so
Because that's what's really strange to me is like most people, I don't think anyone at work is like, man, there's so much going on at work. I can't focus on my computer. No one's actually working when they're at work. You don't need blinders on.
you do if you want to stay focused on your Twitter account.
Yeah, but that's why people have actual offices.
That would be, well, if you have the blinders on and you're looking at Twitter, that's like a blind rage.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying is that this is made for people who work in open floor plans. So why not just work in a regular office?
It gives the illusion of walls. That's all it does.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like taking a diorama and just putting your head into it, and then you can have the most beautiful office that you can't afford. All wood furniture, it'd look great.
I support you in that endeavor, but I also would be judging. I mean, have you ever seen somebody that's wearing the 3D, you know, the
Big 3D headgear.
Yeah, they always look so ridiculous, like moving their head around in that thing. I would just imagine that it would be very strange to see a row of people in an office with those giant headgear things on.
Yeah, but the crazy thing too is because they are smart blinders, because it's Panasonic, they have like GPS tracking.
Okay.
And they have headphones, and they have everything that you need to make calls, to do everything that you could do with a smartphone.
So you could just use your phone instead of this big weird headset thingy?
Pretty much. Basically, it's not going to stop you from doing all of the things that you were going to do instead of working anyway.
Yeah, I kind of want one.
I know.
I just like
We'll all be wearing them tomorrow.
You oversold them to me, and now I actually am really interested.
Yeah. So I mean, there's problems though when you try to say cross a street.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be wearing them at work.
Yeah, but you're gonna take them. I mean, because who wants to buy 2 different sets of headphones?
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I do think that would be definitely dangerous to be actually leaving the office in. Let's move into a corner that is a fan favorite and one of Patrick's very favorites.
You know I hate this one.
He loves it. It is one that he talks about. I've heard him talk about it in his sleep, in his dreams, in his nightmares.
My nightmares, yes.
Yes, the corner is, oh, baby, baby.
Okay, I'm going to set this up, though. We have an entire corner that's just about babies. Also, Fran can do an impression of Britney Spears.
Yeah,
that is the only reason that this exists.
Yes, absolutely. And if you want to do an impression of Britney Spears at home, all you have to do is try to sound like a baby crying and shitting at the same time. You just go, oh, baby, baby, like that. I mean, it's wonderful. Okay, so this week's Oh Baby Baby segment is about the T-Rex's tiny baby arms. There is new evidence about the usefulness of these baby arms. So this has been highly contested among scientists. They've always been trying to figure out why T-Rexes have these little baby arms. And it actually turns out, after doing a lot of research into some of their relatives, alligators and turkeys. I guess they are related to T-Rexes. I did not know.
Alligators have those little arms.
Yeah, they've got those little arms. They believe that the T-Rex used them to like shovel prey into their mouth.
That makes sense.
They're like little baby forks.
They're like little mandibles.
Yes, they are. They're also great for jazz hands. And then you know what they say about dinosaurs with small hands?
They have big hearts?
I don't know. I was actually asking you. I didn't know. So that's what I learned about dinosaurs, T-Rexes and their little baby hands. And then the honorable mention for this week's Oh Baby Baby is that Hit Me Baby One More Time, the music video actually turned 20 years old this week.
No.
How old do you
No.
feel? It premiered on October 21st, 1998. It premiered 20 years ago.
I'm going to make you feel even older. That was after mixtapes.
Yes, it was.
20 years ago, and you're still not into mixtape territory.
No, I know. I mean, I just felt like we should put it out there to make everybody collectively feel older and also give you an excuse to do a Britney Spears impression with the people that you know and love. You can bring it up to them and you can say, did you know? Oh, baby, baby. Just 20 years
You kind
ago.
of sounded like you were choking.
That is like part of the impression. That is like peak. That's what makes it really good. Want to move on to another corner?
Absolutely. I think. All right. So Burger King has this burger out now. It's called the Nightmare Burger, and
so
allegedly
it's packaged just for you.
It's targeting people like me, but I'm a little too smart of an audience for this because I'm not falling for this. So it's a green bun burger with, I think, chicken and beef and lots of cheese and all the things that you expect a fast food place to put on a Nightmare Burger. And they studied it, and they determined that people who eat this before they go to bed are 3.5 times as likely to have nightmares, to have bad dreams.
So
and
this will cut down
sleep.
on your melatonin consumption.
Right.
Just eat this Nightmare Burger before you go to bed.
But the crazy thing is that I think all Burger King would have the same effect.
Yeah, they don't have to actually package this as a Nightmare Burger. It's just a Nightmare Burger.
It's literally it's a Nightmare Burger King is what it is.
So my question for you, because this is a segment that we normally do, is would Patrick eat that?
Hell yeah, I'd eat that.
Yes, you.
Of course I would. Promising me nightmares? Yeah. I'll do
Okay.
it.
All right, great. You heard it here first. If you want to have nightmares, you need to check out the Nightmare Burger. Let's move into a corner that we call You Guessed It. So I am going to tell you a few things about a potential guest on the pod, and you have to see if you can guess who this person is. They are a writer for Divorce on HBO.
Uh-huh.
They were a writer on The Nightly Show. They also appeared on The Colbert Report. You might have seen them on Guy Code on MTV.
Okay.
And they are also the co-host of the Adulting Show with Michelle Buteau.
I love Michelle.
Who could this guest potentially be?
I'm going to go with Jordan Carlos.
You guessed it! Jordan Carlos! Come on out!
That's what I'm talking about.
Woo!
Oh, that's nice. That's some nice intro music. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's very
pretty smooth,
jazzy.
right?
Hi, New York. How are we? There's some arms crossed. That's a nice nonverbal fuck you. That's good. Hostility right off the bat. I like it, New York. New York! I love it. Holding on to it.
So, Jordan, you are a dear friend of the pod and Patrick
Yes.
and I. We've known you for quite some time.
Absolutely. By the way, burying the lead, you guys are like the best. They make the best meatballs in Brooklyn. By the way.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
You haven't had my husband's balls. Wait, that sounds terrible. They are delicious meatballs.
They make amazing meatballs. They're like, you guys are like, but I'm telling you right now, they made these green tea meatballs.
Oh, yeah.
With
For
tea
Michelle's
bags.
meatball party.
You see how it's burned on my brain? Okay, this is like from 2 years ago.
You had to literally teabag yourself in order to...
They were called tea bags.
Yeah.
They were tea bag, but I have to admit they were great. And it was like this kind of like, wasn't it down to the wire? They were like, it was like a vote that was like down to like hanging chads and things like that. And it was like in
It was like a La La Land moonlight upset situation.
Oh, absolutely.
But then we won.
But you won. That's right. The real winner. And but it was really good, and my daughter liked them too. She was like, I like the tea balls. They're good. That's how my daughter talks.
Well, it's funny
Yeah.
because we have history that I don't think you know about. Because
I will
when
give you those $37. I don't. What history do I owe? I owe you money?
No, you don't owe me money.
Okay. Sure.
But when I was in high school, mixtape days, I saw you on I Love the 90s.
Oh, God.
On VH1.
Yeah.
And I thought he was so cute and so funny. And you had this joke about how, as a black guy, as a nerdy black guy, you figured out where in Africa your people were from.
Yes.
And they must have been from Chad.
Yes.
And I remembered thinking that was the funniest
Thank you.
joke ever. And I was like, I feel so seen.
Yeah.
Like, who is this person? So can you talk to us a little bit about your journey through comedy and like finding your comedic voice?
Sure, absolutely. So basically, I went to college and I graduated with no job skills. And
We gotta
Yes.
applaud that.
no job skills. Brown University
You know you were all there
teaches
once
you
if you're not there now.
So
I thought when you started saying Brown University, I thought you were going to say Brown with no job. I didn't know.
Well, I was that too.
Also, okay,
there was
great.
just this lady. I remember I was on I'd done shrooms, and then this lady was like, I remember going into this thing, it was about advertising. She was like giving a seminar, hey, like you're wont to do. So I'm like tripping, and then they say you should only do shrooms in your own room, which is true, and not.
So
go
you
to,
went to like a job fair?
I went to a job fair.
Okay.
On shrooms. Because I was worried about my future. And so then,
So responsible.
yeah, but there was nobody. I felt bad for the lady because nobody was at this thing about advertising, and I was like, advertising? Oh yeah, that's how things just fly off a shelf. Is somebody has to make up a jingle, So I sat there through the whole thing, and in the end, I was like, are there jobs? And and she was like, yeah, you could be a copywriter. And I was like, okay, I could do that. And then she's like, do you have a resume or anything like that? I was like,
I've got an eighth
I have
in my pocket.
I have an eighth in my pocket. I have nothing like that. And then she basically hired me sight unseen, and then I worked for 5 years.
Wow.
Here in New York at McCann Erickson on Madison Avenue. And it was like Mad Men, but with less drinking.
And more black people.
And
'cause there wasn't many on Mad
Actually,
Men.
more black people. Who knew? More than just the secretary, Dawn. Yeah, in Mad Men, it's like there's one. Remember, it was like the news. It was like, there's going to be a black person on Mad Men.
And then she didn't have any lines.
Dawn. And I was like, we're done. We're out of ideas. So yeah, I did that. And but at night, I just, I would yearn to do like comedy because I did improv in college. Again, because I had no job skills. So I did, but then I was like, okay, I could do improv, but I want to do stand-up a little bit more. So I tried it. And so at night, I would do stand-up, and I was burning my candle at both ends. And then finally I got like a manager, and then I saved up $5,000 at my job, and I was like, later, suckers.
And then you got to VH1, and they paid you in Starbucks gift cards.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
And those things came in handy. They were really great. Yeah, I mean, and then, so I quit in 2005, and then I got my first TV gig in like 2011. I was so poor.
But you've done so much writing.
I did a
since
lot.
then.
I did a lot of writing since then. You're right. You're absolutely right. There has been there is a story of success here. So
You're on last name basis,
I'm
so
on last name.
know
You
you're
made it.
I'm
somebody.
doing it. I can see the TD Bank in the background over there. I'm killing it. There's a TD Bank over there. All right, so 2011, I did a show called "I Just Want My Pants Back." Everybody, hold your applause. And that was on MTV. And then I always wanted to write, but I was like, I can't get into grad school with my grades because I tried and I couldn't. So I just had to like read "Save the Cat" and like all these things like Joseph Campbell, and so I was self-taught. Like I was reading, always reading. And but I always stayed curious, you guys. Okay, stay curious. Okay,
Dropping gems.
Yeah, dropping gems. That's what we do. So I would just write, and finally I got a writing gig on the Nightly Show in 2013, which was insane. That's where me and Fran like worked together. That was crazy. She was like bringing new ideas like the internet to the show and stuff like that.
You talking about social meds
Yes.
and stuff like that?
Social meds. I was like, what? Hash it out. It was such a good idea. All right, so anyway, can of worms. All right, so
you have all of this writing experience, and
I
Patrick
do.
was actually doing some research on you and found
God.
out something
I
about
researched
your
you.
writing background that I actually didn't even know.
painful. What's up? What did I write? Something good? Bad?
Well, you host a podcast called On Writing,
I do host a podcast,
and
with
that's through the WGA
Writers
East,
Guild of
right?
America. Yeah, Writers
I
Guild of
had
America
no
East.
idea. You
Yeah.
never talked about this.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I've got
You
a lot
gotta
of
plug
layers.
the pod.
I
like-
a lot of layers.
I
I'm not
really-
like you. I'm not like you. You millennials are always like plugging the pod, and, like doing your angles and your Insta stories. I'm like, perhaps you're gonna listen to the radio on the computer. You know, like that's my thing. You know.
So
like,
you host a
Yeah.
podcast about writing
I host yes.
for the Writers Guild.
I actually
really
learned
so much
something
fun. Yeah.
really, really important on that podcast.
Oh, what was it?
That there's a saying, riding two horses with one ass. Do you remember
Yes.
saying that?
Yeah, that's a Texas saying. You're trying to ride two horses with one ass.
What does that mean?
That means you're doing too much.
Yeah.
You're being extra right now. You're doing the most. You're riding two horses with one ass.
What
that
is
means
it?
That's you
Trying to put your butt on two horses.
Your corporal being with two palominos side by side, and then you trying to ride them. I'm sorry, anybody had to see that.
That all that setup was for that. We were just
Yes.
trying to get you to do that.
Yes, riding two horses with one ass. So that's like a whole. There's so many Texas sayings. I probably said that, and like if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its ass a hopping. Things like that.
What
I
does
didn't catch
that
that
mean?
one.
That just means that like when people make up excuses.
Okay.
So you're like, if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its ass a hopping. All right. Or like if something doesn't work, we say like, that's one dog that just ain't gonna hunt.
Oh.
Right.
And other such cute parlances from down
They're
south.
all about animals. Is there a reason
There's
for
a
that?
lot of them around in the South. There's a lot of them around. But yeah, I've had such a good time on that podcast. I got to host Sophia Alvarez, who wrote. She wrote. Oh my gosh, it's this amazing. Please help me, kids.
You are a great podcast
Jupiter
host.
Brain. Jupiter Brain. For all the boys I've loved before. Do we know that one? Do we know that one? Yes, it's so good, and she's so great. And then I did like Ethan Hawke. I did a podcast.
I
with him.
actually have like significant trouble with Ethan Hawke. We
Yeah,
have a
for some
personal
reason,
beef.
Patrick has like beef
No,
with Ethan.
go.
Hawke.
I don't want
Do
to
it.
dislike him, but
Yeah.
I can't stand him. And
Okay.
I think
Why?
I don't know, but part of it is that we watched.
Can I say something now?
Before
Did he hurt you? Like what happened?
He did.
He seems
Show
like
me
a
on the
nice
doll.
guy. Why do
Yeah.
you not like him?
I can't get my I just hate
You just have a
things.
grudge.
And it's just how it happens. But we watched the before sunrise, before sunset, before midnight, after sunrise.
The gloaming. Yeah.
I don't know, but we had to watch them all straight through. And we
Why?
tallied it up.
Why did you have
We
to
had
watch
to
them
watch
straight?
them because we were on a podcast about movies, and they
Okay.
asked us to watch them
All
to
of
talk
them.
about them.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they were just 3 movies.
And we put it
of
off
Ethan
until the
Hawke
night before.
talking. And I mean, but it didn't make me hate Ethan Hawke.
I tallied it up.
personally.
We looked at that man's face for like 437 minutes straight.
Wow.
And after that, I just couldn't do it anymore. I just can't
Well,
take
you know
it.
what? You have a lot in common with Uma Thurman. She couldn't look at that face no more. She's like, enough, If there's one thing he lacks, Ethan Hawke, it's likability.
We have now become an anti-Ethan Hawke podcast,
I know.
apparently.
Wow, what a scoop! The exclusive. I don't know. He was cool. He went to places. Oh my God, we were talking about this movie called Blaze that he produced. Mm-hmm. It's very good. It's about he likes little known, musicians that like died in obscurity. Like he did one about Chet Baker, who I like. I like Chet Baker, but he's like they're like musicians.
Right.
And so he did this one about a guy named Blaze, and then Ethan Hawke, what did he do? He went into this whole thing. You got to listen to it for the details, but he went into a whole 10-minute thing about how he was jealous of River Phoenix, still to this day. And I was like, can we talk about the movie day? It was a little...
So he's a narcissist. Now you have a real...
I was looking for one. I was going to ask you, can you give me a reason to hate him? Because I don't actually have one, and I think that's good enough for me.
But yeah. I mean, he still has a boyish head of hair. I mean, you have a boyish head of hair, but like he has a boyish head of hair at like 50 or whatever, however the fuck old he is. But he's as like cool and like just like, oh my, he's such cool dad vibes. Like, I was like, are we gonna go out? Like, what the hell? He's from Texas. I'm from Texas. We vibed. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
wow.
Patrick. But
no, it's
on the low, I will hate him.
As much as I would love to continue trashing Ethan Hawke, you also have some exciting news that you're going to be on the new season of Black Mirror.
That's true. I am going to be on Black Mirror.
Yes, that's kind of a big deal. Scary psychological show on Netflix.
Yes.
I am guessing you can't tell us anything.
Remain seated. Yes. I can't really tell you much about it.
Okay. Well, maybe we could guess.
Yeah, we can guess
some of the plot
I feel like we
points.
can guess some of this.
And then maybe so that you don't get in trouble, like blink twice if we're right, and then blink once if we're wrong. Okay.
All right.
This is an audio recording, so you
So
can't
no
give
one will
anything
know.
away.
Okay,
no one will
blink.
know that you're giving things away. Okay.
Blink once for yes, twice for no.
So maybe you're like in a bunker with your wife, and it's like the end of the world, and then you have to drink like a secret potion that then makes you. Okay, so I think I'm really close. So there's a secret potion involved. There's also robots. Oh, there's definitely robots.
Yeah, there's definitely robots. Maybe an app.
Yes. Oh, there's totally.
There's probably an app.
There's an app. There's an app involved. It's something to do. There's some sort of like deep meaning that's going to make us analyze how we communicate with each other.
Every episode of Black Mirror.
But you're also a robot that gives birth to a human baby and then has to figure out how to feel for this baby.
And then like after we watch the episode, we will think very differently about how we use technology in our own homes. Oh my God, that's exactly what happens, right? And then
we saw you blink.
And then you die. And then you die.
You guys are making me laugh.
I cannot wait to see this episode of Black Mirror.
It's, I mean, you're in the ballpark. You're in the ballpark.
Yes, I could see all of those things happening.
Yeah.
Well, we cannot wait to watch you on Black Mirror.
Sure.
We are going to explore some other corners on the pod if you would like to join us.
Okay.
We have a new corner called Things Millennials Have Killed.
Things you mean like hunting or
like this gotta kill.
oh,
like that.
Yes.
Oh no.
Because
What are y'all doing?
as we know, millennials have killed almost everything, and we are elder millennials.
Yes, we are on the end of the millennial spectrum.
Y'all are children. I'm
But,
old.
but
I'm
you
really
are
old.
you're a Gen Xer, aren't you?
I'm Gen Xer. I was born in 1978. I just moisturize.
Do the math, okay?
That's what I do.
Melanin.
That's right. Melanin in that skin. Got that vitamin E popping. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Right back. That's fine. I shave once a week. But go
So,
ahead.
do you have any animosity towards the fact that we have killed so many things that your generation loves?
Yeah, I think you make us feel like really weird. You guys like go out of your way to make us feel old. I've noticed that.
Really?
But please, what's the list you have of things that we've
So
we've
the
killed?
one of the most recent things that we've allegedly killed is American cheese. So
Don't
American
like it.
cheese sales are down. They're just bottomed out.
We don't like dairy.
American cheese is
I can
falling
tell it
on
was
hard
you.
times.
I can tell it was you.
She's about that
just tell.
almond cheese life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's about some fresh
Yeah.
Gouda.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't melt,
Yeah.
but it kind of tastes like cheese.
All you tree cheese loving mofos. I just know it. And look at you have that bottle. You know you drink, like, yes, you bring your own water places.
We are killing
everywhere.
We're killing the water
is
industry.
Everywhere.
We killed rivers.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the superiority with your bottles. So that you've killed American cheese, like
Yes.
craft singles.
We did. It's almost out the gate.
You killed craft singles?
Yes.
How dare you?
Yeah.
They're individually.
They shouldn't have been by
wrapped in-
themselves. That's how you get killed. You're supposed to be in packs. Go to your car together. The singles were alone. Kill them.
You're right. You're right.
They were weak, and they got picked off.
Those singles should have mingled. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I mean, why did you do this? Is it because you guys like Gouda and like other good stuff like that, like Camembert?
We're all lactose intolerant. That's why.
We're all allergic.
We're trying to take care of our bodies.
This is what we're not gonna make it. We're just not gonna make it.
We also like rattling Gen Xers, so we just go around looking for. We're like, what is on that sandwich, sir? Dead.
Yes, you're
Kill
policing
it.
our behavior, all this stuff. I mean, I can't go out and get craft singles anymore. I can't find them at the store. I have to go to like a bodega in the Bronx to find those kind of things. I mean, I live in Brooklyn. I can't find that. It's just like you go out for like Gruyere, basically. There's Gruyere at the. You can get a Lucy and a Gruyere at my bodega.
So, George, here's what we want to do, because we do want to give all the things that we've killed a fair chance.
Okay.
So we know that you have a background in advertising.
I do.
And Fran actually has a little bit of background in advertising herself.
A lot of
Cool.
background, as in $100,000 worth of debt.
Oh, that's right. You studied.
background
Oh
in
my
advertising.
God.
That
Now I
she's
feel like
still
such
paying
a
off.
jerk. I was just like, I didn't study anything. And you just gave
And
me
I
a
studied
job.
all of the things.
Yeah.
So we both have backgrounds in advertising.
So I'm
boy.
gonna name some things that millennials have killed.
Right.
And you guys have to try to rehabilitate them. Give
Okay,
them a good
okay,
slogan,
okay.
new package, whatever you
Okay.
think will get them back on track so that the Gen Xers can again have their favorite things.
Yes,
So
I'm
the-
ready.
So the first thing that we've killed are diamond rings. And to be fair, this is ironic because diamond rings were actually killing people.
Yes, blood diamonds.
So
Right.
there's that.
We know that.
We know that.
So
We
it's
get that.
good
Well-
that we have killed those things, but now we have to.
We have to.
We have to
how do you bring that back?
to life.
Yes, I mean, first of all, my concern is for the De Beer family and their health and wealth. So it's like, how do we jumpstart this engine again? I don't know. Well, you have to first of all get rid of diamond, the word diamond. You know,
You did spend
Yes,
some.
that's something I'd
You
never
know,
thought
get rid
about.
of that. Get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what's hot in these streets is carbon.
Ooh, and that's what we'll call them now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Just like start your relationship with a carbon base. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, we all have heard every kiss begins with K.
Yes.
What if it was every kiss begins with D? You know what I mean? You want that D? I just, entendres, D and D.
I got it. And
You got it.
Fran, I think you deserve a diamond ring.
I mean, I already technically, you already put a ring on it.
Oh, right.
But I'm just saying that if you want to sell this to millennials, they need to know they're going to be some like horizontal mumbo, So
I just love that you locked eyes with me when you said.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to get you on board with my new slogan. Okay, so who revived diamonds?
I think Fran did. I think Fran got that one.
Thank you.
I think Fran
All
got
right.
that one.
thank you.
I think
love
she
it.
did. The next thing that we're trying to bring back are department stores. Ooh. And we just killed Sears like last week.
And
Yes.
Toys R Us.
And Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I heard Toys R Us
man.
is like on life support. Like it's trying to come back.
Well, they have Babies R Us. That's like for babies.
Yes.
And but yeah, Toys R Us is like it's bad. Like they closed the one I think way out in Coney Island. Why do I know this?
Because you have kids.
I know, but I never go there. I think you just
And
know.
you are the reason
Yeah.
You're the reason that we're here.
That's true. I mean, I just go on that Zon though and get those toys. That's what I do. Amazon, 'cause it's right there.
I didn't know we were calling it Zon.
We call it.
Okay.
That's you're not gonna slip past us millennials with
I'm
lingo
sorry.
like that.
You know what? I'm trying. I'm pitching.
Walk amongst us.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
Didn't
how
work. That
do
didn't
you
work.
think we could potentially bring back department stores?
Well, we have WeWork. We have WeWork. I always thought we should have one for the unemployed called We Worked.
Okay.
And then we should have a department store called We Shopped. That's like, like basically just like you can just relive those memes. Again, the memories of what it was like back in the day of like losing your mom, things like that in the store, things like that. Yeah, she was the black lady. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
Ooh, that's
Fran, what do you think?
That's difficult. Okay, so we need to revive department stores. I'm gonna try something controversial here. I'm gonna say if you need clothes, you gotta find that D department store.
Oh my God.
Also starts with D.
Okay.
I mean, 2 for 2. Like
No, you-
millennials love dicks.
We love
like
and
big
repetition.
department store energy, big DE. Like I
Oh
think
my
that would get people in the door.
Where are
Which
the
also
Jamaican
starts
airports?
with D. Like I just think as many places we can have sexual innuendos, people will come.
So-
Get it? People
Whoa,
will.
okay.
Yeah. So you want to sexualize Toys R Us?
No.
Well,
Just
actually,
any
that-
department, any like you could just insert the name of your department store
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
Wow, this is so
I am
fraught. I
a
had no
writer.
idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna Jordan. I like We Shopped, so you
like We
definitely.
Shopped. Thank you.
You definitely get that one.
Thank you.
All
It's
right,
just a
point for
museum. It's
Jordan.
a museum.
The last thing
Yeah.
we're trying to revive here today is Applebee's.
What's wrong
Wow.
with Applebee's? What y'all do? What y'all do to
Applebee's-
What did y'all do? Oh, you think you're
Applebee's-
too good for Applebee's? Is that what it is? For some pop sliders and things like that? You think?
Wow,
think you're
you
too good?
really know the Applebee's menu?
Yeah. For a sizzling like plate of fajitas coming through. Remember they'd be like, "Be careful, it's hot." Like that was like my jam.
And that's why we don't want to go
That
there.
was culture.
That's dangerous.
That was culture. What did y'all do? What did you do?
We stopped going there.
After the volleyball game, like y'all couldn't do Applebee's anymore? Y'all was too good for that, huh? You took your business down to Ruby Tuesday. I'm just all of this is just like gut punching me. All this news that you guys are just killing industries. How do we get Applebee's back? How do we get it back? I didn't know it was gone. I think you have to rebrand. You have to do it ironically. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You
That'll
have to do
speak
it
to some
ironically.
millennials.
Okay.
That's the big deal. Like the slogan should be like, wouldn't it be crazy if we went to Applebee's? Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I like the ironic angle.
Yeah.
I think I'm also gonna go in that direction. Millennials love avocados, and I think we should just rename it Avocado Bees.
That
We
could,
don't like apples.
That could work,
Don't.
but I
You know what
have
mean?
to.
We like Apple products. We don't like to eat apples. You know what I mean? That's for scrolling, for social mediaing.
You like
We
your
love-
phones, your
we love-
iPads.
We love avocados. So Avocado Bees is a place I would go. As long as I can order on Seamless. I don't want to sit down.
Wait a
As long as you can order ahead and it's
You
waiting for you
can't-
when you get there.
Yeah, I don't want to actually
And they
go
only
there.
sell avocado toast.
Yes.
No fajitas.
Oh my God. Guys, you have to sit there, make, horrible eye contact with the people next to you, and have a horrible, rude waiter or waitress, whatever you want. That
if
is
I
what it
can't
is.
order without wearing pants, I don't want to be there.
Oh, come on. Guys, you know what? I think this is progress, though. Something is gained and an Applebee's is lost. And that makes me just really sad.
Well, I'm gonna actually. I think this one goes to Jordan also.
Oh, wow.
So Jordan,
you.
you are the official winner of how to bring things back for Gen Xers.
Congratulations.
You did it. You did it.
I feel like Don Draper. Feel like I'm falling off a building in silhouette or whatever. Gonna. Okay, go ahead.
We've got one more game before we
your
mosey
games.
on out of here. It's a game that we love called Florida Man.
Florida Man?
Yes, the game is called Florida Man. Hit the theme song. Florida man. Those are real wild Florida sounds. So if you are new to the pod, Florida Man is a game where we read a number of headlines about Florida men or women, and our guest, Jordan, will have to guess which headline is a fake headline.
We're not just talking trash. We are actually from Florida. We are real life POFs.
People of Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is where we are from, and we feel we are very close to you now that we can share that we are people of Florida. And now we want you to help judge our home state and decide which headline is the fake headline.
Well, while you guys are trashing on home states, I mean, I'm the only home state that you guys can be like, well, at least we're not that. I'm from Texas.
Oh, yes, this is true.
You're like, well, at least we're not Texas. You know what I'm saying? So please go ahead. I mean, I wish I had it. I came from bougie Florida like you guys.
Oh, no. We're not from bougie Florida.
Wait till you hear the headline.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So there are 5 headlines today. Remember, you are trying to figure out which one is not a true headline.
Not a true headline. Okay.
Number 1, Florida man driving car full of stolen mail crashes into trailer full of alpacas. Number...
Do I guess now?
No.
Okay.
Listen to all of them.
I'm so ready.
Number 2,
right.
naked Florida man drinks 2 liters of vodka, burns down house baking cookies on George Foreman grill.
He baked the cookies on a Foreman grill?
That's right.
Can you do that?
And not without burning your house down.
Okay, I need to make a call if you can do that. All right.
Number 3, after faking his own death, Florida man pretends to be a ghost haunting his parents' home.
That is some genius shit right there. I like it.
Number 4, Florida man steals forklift because he was tired of walking. And number 5,
oh my God.
Florida man reports dead body by taking skull into public shopping center and using it as a hand puppet.
Woo! These are very Florida.
Yeah, all of these seem like they could definitely happen within the state boundaries of Florida. But oh my gosh.
Do you want some help as someone that has been to the
Please,
Sunshine State?
please.
I see. Okay, so I know Patrick, and I think sometimes he tends to overwrite a headline.
Okay.
So I feel like if there's too much happening,
Oh, you guys can
Florida
judge my writing
people-
as writers.
Yes, as
Oh,
writers.
yeah.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I mean? Florida, we are simple people. We are getting straight to the weird. We don't need to muck it up with too many extra elements.
Yeah.
So I think the ghost one, faking his death to haunt, to me, that sounds a little too clever for Florida.
Too clever for Florida?
Yeah.
I mean, you know better than I do.
Yeah, I mean, is there any headline that's really
some
speaking
of them,
to you?
Some of them gravitate towards me. I love the alpaca, but I'm like, do I buy it? Was it really a llama farm? You know what I'm saying? Alpacas are like the cute cousin, right? I'm just not sold.
And a George Foreman grill to me feels so Florida.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? There's something you buy on television or you get from secondhand.
Right.
That just to me feels.
That feels like an heirloom that people
Yes.
have. Yeah.
It's passed down.
Right. That's a very Florida heirloom, but it's like George Foreman chill. George Foreman is actually from Texas, so I don't maybe believe that story.
But the 2 liters of vodka is also very Florida, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be frank.
So this is definitely difficult, but I have faith in you.
I'm gonna make my decision.
Okay, we're ready.
I want to know what the crowd thinks, though. I want to crowdsource this. What do you guys
you
think?
wanna-
Alpaca?
Phone a friend.
Do you think alpaca? What about? Okay. The ghost. The ghost. The forklift. I trust
I
your
think
face.
we're just going back down all of
I
the
think
headlines.
you're just
at this point.
remembering them. What do y'all think?
Foreman grill.
Foreman grill? I think this crowd is so varied. I love it. I love this crowd too. It's so multi-culti. It's like a bank commercial in here. Did you guys audition to get in this room? What? We're gonna need 2 of those. It's like Noah's Ark. I love it.
We just recruited from Gap commercials.
Oh, you did?
We just were we called Gap and said, send us your people.
Yeah, wrap them in a blanket. You got a Benetton ad. Let's do this. I don't know, man. I think it's the forklift drunk thing. That sounds... What?
Wrong.
Wow.
It's actually Florida man fakes his own death,
Oh, I knew it!
and haunts his parents' home.
I knew it!
You were. Fran knows me super well, and she also knows Floridians. They do
Yes.
some dumb shit, but he wouldn't have done that without drugs being part of the story.
Yeah.
And there was no drug element to it.
Melatonin, CBD, nightmare burgers. I mean, those are our people, and I knew that they would be way too dumb for that.
Wow.
Jordan, you, even though you didn't get Florida Man, you still crushed it because you helped bring back some industries that we have killed, and you were a fantastic guest. Give it up for Jordan Carlos.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We also gotta say, you can stay.
Yeah,
you can stay.
You don't have to go anywhere.
You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave.
I know when I'm not wanted
People
anymore.
listening will not know that you are still there.
I don't know.
We also have to say thank you to WNYC in the green space, and of course BRIC Radio for producing our fantastic show. Thank you so much.
And don't forget, we have another live show coming up on 11/14. That's November 14th at Brick House in Brooklyn.
And thank you very much. If you would like to email us and let us know what you thought of this week's episode, you can do that at lnbpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet us with the hashtag lastnamebasis, or you can tweet us individually at Cheska Lee.
At Tie Optional.
We would love to hear from you. You can also rate us on iTunes. You might have your rating and review read here on the show. We actually want to know, Jordan, how many stars would you give this episode? And don't judge too harshly because you were the guest.
No.
This is just a way to milk a 5-star review out of you.
I'm hard on myself, and I would give it. It's like I'm at 4 because it's me, but I'm tipping it to 5.
Oh,
it's y'all.
yes,
It's y'all.
thank you very much.
'Cause it's y'all.
5 stars from Jordan
bring the
Carlos.
star
You heard
power.
it here.
I'm very critical. You guys are just a cute couple, and you just make. I think you made me super energetic. I've had a long day, and I think I brought the pop. Did I bring the
Yes.
the Chris?
You nailed it, Jordan. And thank you again for being a guest. Everybody, check out Jordan's. You have a comedy special on Spotify called The Blackest.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Look for him.
Plug it.
Look for him on Black Mirror. All things black, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except
You
my
are
marriage.
doing
All right, go ahead.
allyship the right way. I'm Francesca.
I'm Patrick.
And this was Last Name Basis, live from WNYC's Green Space, produced by BRIC Radio!
Four corners in a triangle. Why would keep it 100 tie optional? With a person from a desk to acting on the screen. You know who it is, man, it's Franchesca Lee. He's a lawyer, she's an activist. And you're tuning to them live. This is Last Name Basis.
You ready? Okay.